The shooting Chrony comes in quite a sturdy box, quite good for posting, won't get damaged, quite good for storage. Inside there's leaflets, instructions, all sorts of things, some little posts here. You attach to holes in the side of the Chrony, in the top. And you have some diffusers that you place over the sensors in case of strong sunlight. All the instructions are needed for using those. I've not had to need them. So far the days I've used it have been quite dull. The Chrony itself is quite simple to use. You just fold it open. There's a sensor. Next to the sensor the holes, so you can place the diffuser in if you like. The second sensor there, you need to line those up with the flight of the pellet or the bullet. Inside, it's operated by a 9-volt square battery. You can just have it dangling if you wish, but there's a small spring and a little space there to firmly hold it, so if you're moving it around it won't clatter and bang around. On this one I found, when I closed it up, the wires poke out. There's just enough room for them to hang through so they won't actually get damaged, but obviously over time, if you're not careful, you could damage the wire. So when I fold this up after use, I'm quite careful of doing that, just making sure I'm not damaging the wire. Although there's a jack plug in the side so you can use a remote and a printer, I'm just using it in the basic version at the moment. Simple operation, switch on, that message comes up. You can get error messages as well, and it tells you if the bullet or the pellet has missed the first sensor or the second sensor, or if the light's too low. And the idea is when you shoot a pellet or a bullet, golf ball, arrow, paintball, whatever, over these sensors, it's numbered in sequence 1, 2, 3 and so on. That comes up first, and then the speed is recorded and it stays on the screen then until you fire the next shot. With the remote you can do all sorts of calculations and call back other readings, but I just use it in the simplest form. Open it out, line up the sensors with the flight of the pellet or the bullet. Any reading that I get on the front, on the display there, I just write it down. Quick calculation, simple to use. A bit later on I might go into the more complicated world of remote and printout, but I'm just using it in its simplest form at the moment, and I certainly find it is simple to use. It's also very sturdy. It's made in Canada. Metal construction, quite thick. Obviously if you shoot it you're going to damage it quite easily. And there is an error message. It's coming up as sensing movement over these sensors. It will record 30 feet per second upwards. I'm not sure of the reading. It will go up to 7,000 feet per second, I think. You can get feet per second or meters per second. This one is the feet per second version. Underneath there's a hole there. You can either put it on a table or any flat surface, and you need to have it on a flat surface. If it's angled up a little bit like that, it will give a false reading. The distance between the sensors will have altered, so you need to keep it flat. But if you use it on a tripod, there's a hole there to standard camera fitting, and with it on the tripod, the back part will hang down. The weight of it keeps it nice and straight and level. Overall it's quite a good quality piece of kit. and the more I use it, the more I find a need to use it. So I'm well pleased that I bought it. It's one of my essential bits of kit now. Not only does it just give you basic information what power you have with either an air rifle, or just keeping a check on the bullet speed if you're buying ammunition for rim fires or reloading for centre fire. It also might show up any problems, inconsistency with speed or power of an air rifle. So it's worth getting. As I said, the more you get to use it, the more you find a need to use it. A nice quality item. When using the Chrony to work out the power of your air rifle, you need to know the weight of the pellets. And I'm using 2 Bisley Magnum, the heavyweight at 10.2 grain, and the hobby, a lightweight, at 7. So I'm going to just take 1 shot of each with the Bisley and the hobby. I shall shoot the hobby first, the lightest one. It'll show up as the fastest speed. 1 shot with the hobby, 1 shot with the Bisley, and then I'll just work out using the weight and the speed just to show you how you work out and calculate with the Chrony. To work out the power of the rifle using the hobby, I'll enter the speed 799, then we multiply that by the speed again, the velocity, 799, and then we multiply that by the weight, and that was 7 grain, and then we divide that by a little bit of a complicated number, 450,240, work it out, and that shows the power, 9.9 foot-pound. Now for the Bisley, for the Bismags, same again, enter the speed, and that was 699, and then we multiply that by the speed again, so 699 multiplied by the weight, and that was 10.2, and then we divide that by the magic formula number 450240, and that comes out at 11 foot-pound. And that's how we calculate the power using the velocity. Easy once you understand. Well worth getting one of these Chronies.